What makes the poet different from every other writer? In the summer of 1963, more than 250,000 people stood shoulder to shoulder in Washington, D.C. They were tired, hopeful, and anxious. And that afternoon, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered a prepared speech. It was thoughtful, it was strong, and it was well written. 11 minutes, exactly as planned. And then, in the middle of it, he paused. Something was missing. See, the crowd was listening, but not leaning. The crowd received information, but not transformation. Dr. King then scanned the crowd, he read the room, and that's when he set his notes aside, and he spoke once again. I have a dream. 8 times he mentioned that unique and poetic phrase. It became a high watermark in history, not because he had better content, but because he had better timing. He didn't just speak to the crowd, he interpreted the moment. And that's the poet's gift. Unlike the technocrat who transmits without attunement or who reacts without reflection, the poet strives to read the room. And here's the surprising truth. It isn't just a gift for great leaders at historic moments. It's actually a skill that every one of us needs every day, whether it's at the dinner table with our family, or at the workplace with our peers, or even in a text thread with our friends. How many conflicts escalate not because of what was said, but when or how it was said? Words spoken at the wrong moment can feel like an attack, but the same words spoken in the right moment can feel like care. Psychologists call this empathetic accuracy, or the ability to sense what others are thinking or feeling. Research shows people who have it build stronger relationships, earn more trust, and work better with others. In other words, people who read the room select words that can challenge or encourage, clarify or reassure. In fact, the word poet means I create. See, poets don't create out of nothing. They create by noticing what already exists, emotion, tension, hope, and giving it language or expression. You know, the Bible captures the poetic principle beautifully in Proverbs 25:11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pitchers of silver. Not just a true word, not just a strong word, but a fit word. A word spoken at the right time, in the right way, and in the right moment. That's the poet's gift. Cultivate it. Pursue it. Because when we learn to read the room and choose our words with care, we don't just communicate better, we create understanding. We build trust, and we lead right where we are. So today, pause before you speak. Communicate, both to the head and to the heart. Ask yourself, what's really happening here? Often emotion matters more than logic in the moment. Facts inform, images inspire, logic explains, but meaning motivates. So don't just deliver information, shape it. Because a word fitly spoken is truth wrapped in care.